friends, Chris here, back again to do a spoiler-free review of How to Make a Wish by Ashley Herring Break. But first, since we're still doing Strike Back Videothon, meaning I haven't actually attached Strike Back Videothon to any of my videos because I pre-filmed so far ahead, but since that's still going on, I want to give a shout-out to a booktuber that I think everyone should check out, and that is Ollie over at The Book Draw. Ollie talks about a lot of queer fiction, but he also does artwork based off of the books, and his speed drawings are fantastic. They got me. His speed drawing is really great because he talks about the book and then he talks about the scene that he wants to draw, and it really pulls you into the story in a different way, and I really love that. It got me to read Carry On finally, and I loved it, and now I'm going to be reading The Counterfeiters, which is his newest speed drawing that he has up on his channel, and I just adore him. He's fantastic. So go and check out his channel. I have a link to it down below. And that's not going to be the only shout out because the book, How to Make a Wish, I found it because of a booktuber, and that is Mel over at Books with Wings, who is a big fan of this story, and I am also a big fan of the story. I'm really glad that I finally picked up a chance to read it. Go check out Mel's channel. She is fantastic. She has so many great videos. I can't even. But yeah, let's get into the story. How to Make a Wish is about Grace and Eva. Grace is the main character. We follow Grace from right from the beginning. She's dealing with a mother who is very difficult to deal with, and that's really where you get most of the conflict in the story. You know, it's right from the back. That's where it's going to be, is issues with her and her mother, and I don't really understand what's up with the mother or why the mother does the decisions that she does at the beginning, and I'm not even sure if I really understand it by the end fully, but I do love the exploration of an unhealthy relationship between a parent and a child. There's really, the relationship that Grace has with her mother is an unhealthy one, and it's done and explored so well, and the relationship between the main character and the characters and their mothers and the story is just really interesting and well thought out. But there's also a love story here. It's not just like the heavy thing that I started off with. There's a love story, and it's sweet and it's beautiful, and it's between a bisexual girl and a lesbian. Her main character is bisexual, and her love interest, Eva, is biracial and a lesbian, I believe, a biracial lesbian. And yeah, and their relationship is very cute. I really like the slow build of it. I like the way they kind of melted together and felt like they should be together. Like it worked. It didn't feel forced. The friendship felt like it made sense. Their realizations that each other were queer when that moment happens where you're like, oh, I'm bisexual. When that moment happened, beautifully done. Really felt real, and it should, I guess, because, like, Owen voices, yay. But I just really loved it. I loved everything about them together. I loved every moment of their build-up as friends, as Grace helps Eva through her loss, because Eva has recently lost her mother, and that's why she's come to this town to stay with her new guardian. And they're helping each other through the difficulties that their mothers have on their lives, I guess. The impact of the mothers on their lives, even though the impact is extremely different, obviously, with Eva losing her mother, who she loved and was great for her, and then Grace dealing with the fact that she absolutely loves her mother, but her mother is realizing that what her mother does isn't okay, and that while she continues to do these things for her mother, because it's your mom, it doesn't mean that's what you should be doing. She's not doing what's the best for her in that moment. And I just really loved it. It was so good. Like that, without spoiling anything or any like elements or moments. There's angst. Obviously, there's always angst in these stories. But the romance was really cute. I felt like the angst wasn't like pointless at all. I felt like it made sense. I felt like the development of these characters was just strong and something I really enjoyed. I just really loved this. Another thing about the story is that some characters who I thought would have a negative impact on the story had more positive impacts on the story. They weren't like the tropes that I thought they would be. They weren't the issues that I thought they were going to be when they were introduced. And that, without saying any names, I just thought that was really great. I liked that a lot. I like when I'm surprised. I like when I'm pleasantly surprised, which is the case there. I also really loved a lot of the side characters, Luca, Emmy, Luca's family. They felt like full characters, even though we didn't only see them for a portion of the story, I feel like, which is really something that attests to Ashley Blake's writing style, really. I'm really excited to read more from her because this is my first time reading anything from her, and I'm excited to dive into more of her works after this. Also, I don't know if anyone else did this, but I listened to the classical piece that the main character was practicing for their recital, or for their audition. The piece that they were practicing, I listened to it while I read the book, for a portion of the book at least. And it was fantastic. I don't know, I just love listening to music that's in a book when you're reading a book. I have been doing it a little while, and it was really nice. I also really love classical music anyway. I studied it for a bit, like not from like me doing the music, more like actually from like a studying aspect for competition actually when I was academic athlon, and I loved that portion of it to be completely honest. So I really enjoyed that. That's something, I don't know if you want to do that. You could totally do it. It was Schumann's Fantasy was what I listened to. I listened to all the parts. It was just fun times. I liked it. You don't have to if you don't want to, but yeah, I liked it. On that musical note, we're going to actually have a queer song of the day to end off the video, and I don't know who it's going to be right now. I'm thinking of a few queer female artists that I really like. If I can, maybe one of the ones who's bisexual, I can put her on for the end of the video for the queer song of the day. That'd be pretty cool. Haven't done one in a while. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the choice that I do make for the song of the day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.